everyone. All right, well, here we are Wednesday morning. Bit of a rough day for me. I got off to a good start, $12,000 on my first couple trades, and then I had 3 consecutive losses on APRE. And I lost 12, almost 13 grand. So I was actually from up 12,000 back to flat on the day. And I kind of stubbornly said, I'm not gonna stop here. I'm gonna try to get myself back to green because I'm on this hot streak. Now, I've been on a hot streak, and just because you have one red day doesn't mean the hot streak's over, but I have had like, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, or 17 green days in a row. I mean, I'm on a nice green stretch. And I thought, well, if I can make $1,000, I'll be finishing the day green. So, a place where I probably typically would have said, let's just shut it down. Who cares? I'm down $1,000. I was up 30 yesterday. It doesn't matter. I said, no, I'm gonna look and wait for another opportunity. And then all of a sudden, ALF rips red to green, gets halted going up. I jumped in before it got halted. I added on the resumption, and we got a squeeze from about 688, which was my initial cost basis, all the way up to we had. Well, let me just check. We had a high. Well, the chart is showing 922. Although I really didn't see much more than 860. But in any case, just like that, I ended up making about $20,000 on it and going from down 2,000 on the day to up 18, 19,000. So now it's a green day. What a recovery. And I'm grateful for that. I definitely burned some commissions, trading a little bit longer than I normally would have, and I'm pretty aggressively on ALF, but it was the right move. I was patient. I waited for one to come along, and I got one. So, my results, as aren't typical. Trading is risky. My experience is not typical. The typical experience for most beginner traders is that they lose money. And easily today, it was easy come, easy go. In 3 trades, I, lost $10,000, $12,000 on APRE. It was nasty. And then in a couple of green trades, I made $20,000 on ALF. So it's definitely easy come, easy go. I try not to get too attached to the gains and losses. You can see girl down there. She wants to go outside. So maybe I should open the door, let her outside, and let you guys enjoy the recap. As always, questions, comments, leave them down below, and do yourself a favor. Trading is risky. So trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line. And if you want to learn a little bit more about trading, come over to warriortrading.com. Our site is full of resources exclusively for active day traders. So check it out, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right, everyone, so before we start summer school here today at 11, I'm going to do a brief recap of my trades from today. A choppy day, for sure, but all's well that ends well. So finishing up 33,000 in my main account, which is fantastic, but down 12,000 in my retirement account. That's not as great. But all things considered, up actually over 20,000 on the day, just about 21,000. So that's a really good day. My my sort of equity curve today is going to look like up 12,000, back to down 1,000, and then up 10,000, and then 15, and then 18, and then up to about 25, and then gave back a little off the top. I was up a little over 35,000 in this account before I started giving a little back. So most of the stocks today began with an A. APRE, ALF, AUVI, and then $150 winner on ORPH. So ORPH, I jumped in it as it was squeezing up here, but I got in like high 1137 or something like that. Hit a high of 1150, and I sold it basically break even. So that was, excuse me, not a great trade, but that's fine. I kind of was jumping on the momentum. I was trying to find some momentum. I started the morning on AUVI with a nice start pre-market. So this one actually looks like a very clear head and shoulders pattern. If I get rid of these lines, this seems, let's see, remove all drawing tools. I mean, it's a pretty clear head and shoulders pattern there. So I got in, I'm gonna grab a screenshot of this and we'll add it to the classes for summer school, why not? So let's see, just select that. and I'll save it. Save AUVI head and shoulders. All right, so our head and shoulders pattern on AUVI began forming pre-market, and I jumped in it as it broke over the volume weighted average price right here, but I only filled about 3,000 shares. Small position. I was kind of hoping for a bigger position, but it just went without me. Little micro pullback, added, got the squeeze up to 12, added again, got the squeeze all the way up to 13. Tried to add up here and was sized up pretty heavily for a break through 13.10. Couldn't break, came back down, gave back a little off the top. At the open, bought this dip on this bottoming tail. We got this little squeeze. I was hoping for a pop at the open and a red to green back through VWAP, back over 12.16. Why 12.16? Well, that would have been our first 5-minute candle to make a new high. The high of this candle here was 12.16. So I was looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, but I was acknowledging it was a riskier setup at the open because it was below the volume weighted average price and we just had these big, 3 big red candles. And unfortunately, it just sold off. So AUVI was our second leading gapper this morning, and it was, behind KIN, which was a buyout. So I didn't really count that one. Buyouts usually trade flat, as you can see. So it looks like just sideways. So anyways, so AUVI, 4.4 million share, 4.1 million share float, relatively low float stock. Daily chart was pretty good. I liked it, especially over some of these levels, gives it room higher. It is a former Momo stock, but unfortunately at the bell, it just didn't have the momentum. So that was a bummer. APRE, the leading gapper today, and it gave a nice pop at the bell, but it didn't hold up. And so I got myself pretty annoyed on this one. I went long right here with 20,000 shares, lost $5,000. I got back in. It was where was it? I think it was right here, and stopped out for a small loss, and then got back in like on this dip right here, and got knocked out a third time. So I just could not seem to get this one dialed in, and I don't know. So kind of annoyed I lost as much as I did on it, but you know, it is what it is. So and I traded AUVI in my retirement as well and lost 800 on it. So it was red there, red on APRE. These were trades that just didn't work, and then ORPH was a small winner. But unfortunately, APRE puts this account below 10,000, which is the max loss that I have set on my retirement account. I guess I have that a little more room on that one because, you know, I can't really take the profits out, so I just sort of let it. Sometimes I take a little more risk there. But then in this main account, which is a little bit more about base hits and trying to make some money to pay bills and, you know, things like that, this one is in great shape from that first trade on AUVI and then from ALF. So ALF, I mean, I didn't see this coming. I really didn't see it coming. I just all of a sudden looked over and it was ripping through 650 and I started pressing the buy button. I just hotkey, shift 2,000 shares, boom, 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 boom. Had 10,000 shares by the time it was halted, but did not get a full fill. I was going for 20,000. So partial fill on resumption, added, and we got that nice squeeze all the way up to 841. That was it. Now, you know, $1 a share with 10,000 shares is 10,000 bucks. So I made about, I guess, I don't know what my average share size was across all the trades. It might have been 20,000 shares by the time I was able to start trading more actively. So I got about $1 a share, which would be from about like 720 up to 820, which I think was capturing a pretty good chunk of that move. I maybe could have gotten a little more profit if I'd gotten bigger size earlier, but I just didn't see that breakout coming. Yesterday, this one had actually continued, just to give you, so this was the one I traded yesterday and made 30 grand on. And then actually what happened was after hours, into the close and after hours, it squeezed up to the high and hit 782 after hours yesterday. Then it pulled back this morning, and by the open, I was kind of like, I don't know, only if it breaks through 7. And then all of a sudden we did get the breakthrough 7 and off it goes. So we got the trade, and I wasn't really expecting it, but that bailed me out of what would have otherwise been probably a break-even day or a small red day. But I definitely wanted to maintain my my hot streak that I've been on, my TraderView metrics, which I look at, pretty regularly here. So let me just show you my calendar. So today is actually my 17th consecutive green day. So, I've had a really nice stretch here, and from May 21st, I haven't had a red day. So that was 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and today's the 17th green day in a row. So I'm definitely making some progress. I want to keep that going. This is so far a great start to the, we're halfway through the month. It's been a great month so far. So I'm going to be up a little over 200, close to 250,000 gross profit on the month. Although last year in 2020 in June, let's see, I gotta go to the end of June, I finished up over 1 million. So June, best month of the year last year. We're a ways off from June being the best month of the year here. I honestly don't really think that's going to happen. Not to sort of, I think it's good to set high targets and stuff like that. But it's also important to be realistic. So if we look at the month, so I was up about 866 in January. So January was a great month. February and March were terrific. April was not as good. And after commissions, which are a big factor when you trade at the level that I'm trading, April was a bit lower. So yeah, but you know what? Here, 215 after commissions in June. After today, it'll be closer to 225, 235. So I guess I have a shot at least getting back up into the 300s, which would be a phenomenal month after a little bit of a slow stretch in April and May. So we'll see what we can do. Now, for reference, last year was kind of different. Last year I had a slower start and then a pretty strong middle of the year, and then kind of slowed down a little bit. So this was my sort of P&L last year. I kind of struggled a little bit. January wasn't great. February was so-so. March, not great. But then April and May got better. June was killer. And then things slowed down, but then really good again in October and December. But then November was red. So, I always say that the market is cyclical, cold cycles. It's not really seasonal too much, but there's some degree, but not too much. So those out there that want to check out the website, of course, our students, you all have seen the website extensively. But if you want to learn about circuit breaker halts, we had circuit breaker halts on a number of stocks today. You could jump over there and check those out. You want to learn a little bit more about penny stocks or momentum trading, whatever it is, check it out here. We've got different day trading strategy blogs. We've got trading tactics, trader psychology, FOMO. There's so much stuff on here that we put together, and this is all for people that want to learn how to day trade. So I would love to have you guys check out the website, those watching on YouTube, and I will see you back at it for the recap tomorrow. So students, we're going to jump into chapter 5, part 5 on technical analysis, our favorite multi-candle chart patterns. All right, let's get into it.
And that right there was an entire video with no ads. I don't monetize my YouTube channel with video ads, which means you guys get to enjoy the content. But do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that this channel is the channel to watch if you want to learn about day trading.